Hi, welcome back to X8SE. So today we've got, if you like, shoot at the 4K budget drones. So we've got the FIMI X8SE against the HUBSAN ZINO. Retail price, there isn't a great deal of difference. I think this is still $369 and this is $399. But you can obviously get this one discounted, where you can't really get this discount at the minute. So what I'm going to do is a comparison of both. At the end of this video you're going to see the flight footage, which is probably the most important you want to look at. I've flown both the same way, I've hovered them for the same length of time, I've flown them at the same height, roughly about 10 to 12 feet, to see how they drop and what they perform like in the air, and what the characteristics of flying are like. And then I've got the video footage, and then I've got to return to home to see how close they get to the map. Return to home with both sitting roughly the same place. So, what do I think? So let's go and start off with the controllers. So we've got the X8 controller. Here there's no comparison. This absolutely hammers it. This is the biggest weakness of the ZINO. This controller is pathetic, for want of a better word. These are toy grade gimbals. A bit like you're going to find in your PlayStation or your Xbox. There's no kind of proper resistance, it's just a very weak spring inside there. And because of that, the resolution in the picture of these sticks is not great. No amount of messing with the app can make this that much better. You can adjust the speed of the app, but you need to adjust the sensitivity of the stick massively, and the only way to do that is to make the centre of the stick so it doesn't hardly do anything. But then of course you don't end up with full stick and you end up with just the same problem at the other end. This controller is not good enough. The controller on the X8 on the other hand feels absolutely superb. It really does. These sticks feel nice, the springs feel right in them, the resolution of the sticks feel fantastic. It does exactly what it says in the tin, and it moves the way you want it to do. So from this point of view, the controllers, there is no contest. The phone holder, in my opinion, is a better design than the cheap tacky. This is just cheap. I don't like it at all. This is what I'd expect to find. I obviously reviewed a lot of toy drones if you've been watching my channel. This is the type of thing I'd expect to see on a Nishini 58 or something like that. That's as much as I can describe this on. The only reason this has got a bit of weight, it's got rechargeable batteries in it. So from the controller point of view, I don't think there's much contest. I'm not going to open the apps, but from an app point of view, this one had to win again. The app on this is, if you watch the previous videos I've done an overview on the app on this. And everybody's done, I think I did an overview of the app on the ZINO. The ZINO app's improved over the time, but it still feels quite toy grade compared to the one for this. This one feels more DJI-esque. People might not like that because I've mentioned DJI, but they make, in my opinion, the best app. So the app on this is really, really nice. I love the fact that I can get a proper battery monitor because it's got a proper smart battery. So onto the drones, and this is where to me is quite a bit of difference. The build quality on this one is quite a lot superior to this. Having said that, don't get me wrong, I'm not having a go at this. I actually love this thing, and it's a lot cheaper. This is, you can get it for 230, I think at the minute, £230, whereas this is going to probably set you back 400. But for the £400, the difference you're getting is, and people won't like this because the batteries cost more, but this here, the smart battery, the advantage of the smart battery is I can tell on the app how many charges this has got, how many milliamp hours it's used, and I can get an accurate reading of what it's got left in it. When you don't have a smart battery, you have no indication from the outside, but this is none of them features that there is on the app showing me that one. Having said that, these batteries are about 35 quid, I think these are around 85. Massive difference in price, and something you must bear in mind. If I was doing a straight value for money shootout, this would win at 230 quid, because for 230 quid you can go get yourself a 4K 3-axis gimbal drone, which is much improved from it originally came out. It's not the finished article, and you're never going to fix the problem with the remote, but remember the price point. That's what you've got to remember with this drone, it's a price point. Cameras, that is up to you. That is your personal preference. Yeah, I'm going to show you the video at the end. They're both filmed within 10-15 minutes of each other, both in the same place. You tell me what you think's better. They're both filmed at 4K 30 frames a second. The biggest difference is the bitrate on this is much higher than it is on this, but by the time you see the video they're probably going to look the same because they'll have been evened out through YouTube. But you tell me what you think the clarity is better. Forget the bitrate, what the clarity is like. Flying characteristics, absolutely no contest. This thing flies so much better than this does. They both fly and they both fly in the air, they both do the same thing. This just does it smoother. You'll see that this still drops in height, nothing like it did when I got it, and you'll see when I take off it'll drop in height when it's finding its level. You have to take it up again, it'll be something like, this thing just hovered in the same place. This thing does not really drop as much height anymore in turns. This doesn't anyway. So this is a much improved drone, but in my opinion it still doesn't fly as well as this one. And again, take into account the price. If you're comparing these retail with retail, then you wouldn't, would you? You'd go for this all day long. But we both know we're not in a retail world. You get discounts, and with a discount, this is an absolute bargain. If this was $369 and this was $399, I wouldn't have even done the video, because I'd have just said, look, buy this, it's a much better drone. But we're not in that world. We're in a world where you can get discounts, and this thing's heavily discounted all the time. And the one thing I hate about them both, they're white. So I've had to clean both of these two before I came out here, because they've got grass stains all over them. So if you do want to buy a ZINO, buy it in black, because it does look superb in black. I like the black one much better than the white one. If I hadn't already bought one, I'd definitely be buying the black one. White drones look great in the air, but they just get filthy. So that's really the only thing I can say about this. I recommend both of these drones. If you can afford it, I'd go for this one. If this is your budget, go for that one. This blows everything else out of the water at that kind of price point. If you're looking at a drone and it's under 300 quid, it will not be as good as this. It just won't be as good. Unless someone brings something out in the next 2 or 3 days before this video hits you, you won't be able to beat it. You can probably get something second hand that's better than it, but new, out of the box, you won't be able to beat it. In the £400 class, there's this. And then your competition is this, obviously. You're getting into Spark territory. I have a Spark, I love Sparks. If the Spark had a 20-30 minute flight time, I'd still probably be going for the Spark over this, because of the way Spark flies, but it doesn't. This has got really nice flight time, 4K camera. I'd go for this now. I think it's a good upgrade from a Spark if that's what you wanted to do. I think it's a nice thing to upgrade too. But the best thing about both of these drones is they've created a new market, and one that people should be able to get into. If HUBSAN can do it and FIMI can do it, why can't anybody else? The biggest disappointment on the MJ Xbox 4W, I expected to have at least a 2-axis gimbal. It came with nothing. It came with your standard, box standard, average looking camera at best. The drone seems to fly really nicely. Why didn't they just go the extra and have a bit of competition for these two? Give DJI a bit more competition, but they didn't. Someone else is bound to come along in the market and make one. I've seen some other things that just really don't compare to these. I think the Up Air 2, the video quality on that was horrendous compared to these. So I'd stick with these two. And if I was picking one and it was purely based on budget, it'd be this. And if I was purely based on picking one that I like better, it'd be this. I'm going to leave you the flight footage. You're going to see them both over. I'm not putting them side by side. I'm going to show you the videos in entirety, so you'll see the whole video will be the HUBSAN, and it will be hovering, some flight footage and its return to home, and then after that you'll see the ones for this. Just flick backwards and forwards to see what you think is best. But like I say, camera wise, that's your decision and your decision only. Thanks ever so much for watching. Thanks again for all your support. Have a fantastic day.
Thanks for watching my channel. If you like the video, please subscribe and hit the like button, and also hit that notification bell. There's plenty more good stuff coming up.